Okay, as we previously discussed, these are going to be the W-2s that are going to reflect how your tax withheld should look. So they made $462,983. Of that, $101,241 was withheld. That is more than enough withholdings. That's way more than 10%. This is a good amount. Now, you have to keep in mind who they're filing with. Are they married? Do they have a house? Do they have children? But they have more than 10% withheld. And that's going to be the main thing. Now, are they going to get this 101,000 back? Definitely not. But they will get about 10,000 of that back. So that's going to be based on if they have a house, if they're married, if they have children. Now, this shows what 10% would look like, 15%, 20, and 22%. So they are around about the 22% of tax withheld. So whenever I say 10% plus, they went on the plus side, which is good because that's going to be the safer way to go. So you don't want to owe the government. You want to go ahead on and pay it in and let them give you the difference back. Their payment, 9 times out of 10, is going to be high and going to come with penalty and interest. So you end up paying extra, as opposed to having them take it out and send you the difference at the end of the year. So the next W-2 is going to be an individual that made $45,836. Now, on 45,000, 10% should be 4,500. And you see they have $631 withheld. Just by looking at that, they are going to owe. Now, if they have a house, if they have children, if they are married, it's going to depend on the spouse and what they have withheld. But $631 they are going to owe. So they probably claim married, they probably claim their 3 children or their 2 children, and therefore not enough money was withheld. So 10% is what we are gunning for. This is not 10%. To eyeball this, they're going to be in the red and not the black. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next one. We're not going to really worry about the DD down there. That just says how much your employer pays for your insurance. Okay, so on this one, it is $42,855 of income. You see they have $2,668 withheld. Social Security and Social Security withheld. I know people looking at that saying, why is there no Social Security withheld? Certain professions do not pay into Social Security. So this is one of those professions that they do not pay into Social Security. But you see, they do not have $4,200 withheld. They have half of that. So once again, based on if they are married, if they have a house, it's going to be your deductions. If it's just them and they are single with no children, they will owe as well. So now we're going to do one that has $104,449. At $104,000, they should have how much withheld? More than $3,726. And that's all they have withheld. That unacceptable. At $104,000, you only have $3,700 withheld. Once again, you will owe. If you think about it, 10%, you should have 10,400 and you only have 37. 37 and 10,000, you are short. You are so short. And what if you are single with no children? What if you have children, have one child, but no house for deduction? A house is a deduction, but it's not the deduction. It just helps. And depending on how much interest in property taxes, even though they have 3,700 withheld, it's not enough. So you can eyeball this and know you're going to owe. Unless you have a spouse that has more than 10% withheld that they can make up for your deficit. So now our last one is going to be, let me go to that one. Let's see, that one is going to be this is the recap. So that is going to be it. We're just going over it, looking, making sure that you can see the different incomes and how people have their withholdings. And you see, of the 4 people, only one had enough withheld. I did not randomly pick this. I just grabbed 4 people. So all I'm saying is be mindful of your gross income. If you make $45,000 a year, you should have $4,500 withheld. You make $80,000 a year, you should have $8,000 withheld. $8,000 plus. We're going to err on the plus side. We just have to have a baseline. We can change it. We can do different things, but you need to be in the black and not the red. Until next time, people.